Welcome, Autobots and Decepticons. Today we will be reviewing the Studio Series 86 War for Cybertron Deluxe Class Decepticon Soldier. Now, the Decepticon Soldier is nothing we haven't seen before, and what I mean by that is that the mold that the Decepticon Soldier is using right now is actually the Barricade War for Cybertron mold. And oh boy, was that mold a mess. It was so kibbly and you couldn't pose it. It was awful. Did Hasbro redeem themselves with this figure? Let's figure out. By the way, the figure feels okay. It's not loose on anything, but it's not exactly tight on anything either. Okay, so if we take a look at the figure sculpting and design, overall, it is what they promise on the box. He looks just as accurate and, well, just as good, really. The only thing I'd wish they had done more, maybe they'd have make him put a bit more purple, and especially on the wheels, since on the box it does say that he has purple on the wheels, and that's one of the things that my dad said about him. He actually did say that he looks pretty cool. He looks like a really buff Transformer, but he just he's just a lot of gray. But the green does balance it out. I like the silver metallic green he has on him. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is amazing. The backpack does help it a little, only a little though. And I like the sculpting on the shoulders. And I also do love the way his face looks. It gives me a bit of those Transformer Prime Viacon vibes. And the Decepticon insignia, the way it's just planted on there, it looks so cool. It gives me almost Transformer 1 vibes. And yeah, the rest of I like how the chest is made too. But yeah, overall, it's pretty good sculpting, and the figure looks good. Okay, so let's get into articulation. Articulation is pretty basic, but also just a bit limited. I'll give you the basics on it because it's a bit complicated. So let's get rid of this mace. I have some accessories on here. So before I go, these things do get in the way of posing the legs. It's not really, it's kind of something that bothers me, but I don't know if it'll bother you, but still. So the head is on a tight ball joint. It can look up, it can look down, but that's because of the transformation hinge, but it's still useful. It can look side to side, it can tilt pretty good, and it can look that far up. The elbow doesn't go past 90 degrees. The hand is on a wrist swivel, which was not on that original Barricade mold. And let's see. The shoulders, the shoulders, since they are built this way, and since they did modify the mold, and since the wheels are right over here, the shoulders, like, when you try to pose it, or when you try to give them into, like, a combat-y pose, let me try to give you, like the basics on them. Like, right over here. It'll kind of look weird like this. I don't know if this looks weird. It kind of looks weird to me. I mean, I know I'm not the only one who experiences this, but it kind of makes it a little awkward to pose the figure with the wheels on top. But it's not that big a deal. You can still get him into some really good poses. Though he can't really do a T-pose. That's one of the things. But his waist does swivel. That's good. He has a waist swivel. And his legs only go up to 90. And he has no ankle pivot. So overall, you can get him into some poses. They can be acrobatic, but just don't expect them to be like, oh, over the top. But you can still pose him. Okay, so for the accessories, he comes with one accessory, and that's this little burst assault rifle. I assume it's a burst assault. Like the other Gamer Edition figures, it just plugs right into his arm to give it the illusion that it is transformed out of his hand. And honestly, that's what I love about these Gamer Edition toys. It's what I love. It looks so cool on Optimus, on Starscream. I'm not sure about Megatron, but with that, you can get him into like some very cool poses. You can also give him Starscream sniper rifle, and again, if it's just as fine, it's No problem at all. And it looks just as good. You can also give him Optimus Prime's Ion Blaster. And you can't pose him much with this weapon since it does hinder the elbow and the way the arm is positioned, so you can only get him into very, very limited poses with this. But it's alright, still fits. That's the important part. So overall, the figure's pretty good. I think it's awesome. It's really a nothing character for a good figure, actually. It's a good figure. I like what Hasbro did here. They turned a horrible kibble-tastic mold into a posable and playable figure. And that's what I love about this. You can pick him up, fiddle with him at any time, get him into some battle-like poses, and really, it's so cool what you can do with this. But now let's get into the transformation. There we go. So transformation was okay, but gotta say that the vehicle does make up for it a little. The vehicle sculpting is amazing. Really does look like the War for Cybertron games. Did wish it had a bit more color, a bit more maybe metallic gray, but again, it's pretty good. Doesn't roll that well, but you know. You can also mount his gun, his little burst assault rifle, on the vehicle. Looks pretty cool, and you can make it look like if he's in the video game shooting enemies. It's pretty cool. Overall, vehicle and transformation. The vehicle, I give it an 8 out of 10, and transformation a 7.9 out of 10. It's not good, it's not great, you know, it's something. Here's how he sizes up to Studio Series 86 Ratchet, 2 Voyager Class War for Cybertron Gamer Edition Optimus Prime. Here's how he compares to Deluxe Class Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, Core Class Shockwave, and last but certainly not least, here's him compared to Earthrise War for Cybertron Leader Class Optimus Prime.